Why is it that some people work their entire lives and still struggle to survive, while others earn more money in a single night than most people will see in 10 lifetimes? It's not just luck, it's not intelligence alone, and it's definitely not hard work by itself. It's because money operates on levels, and most people never realize which level they're trapped in. Once you understand these levels, you'll never see money the same way again. Money feels unfair because, in many ways, it is. Two people can work equally hard, make similar choices, and still end up living completely different lives. Why? Because wealth isn't one straight line, it's a ladder, and every step on that ladder changes how money behaves, how risk feels, and how life decisions are made. Some people climb, some people fall, and many stay stuck on the same step for decades without knowing why. There are many versions of wealth levels online, but in this video, we're going through a clear, real-world version, one that applies whether you live in New York, Mumbai, London, or a small village anywhere in the world. Let's break down the 7 levels of wealth, what life feels like at each one, and what truly changes as you move up. Level 1. Survival. At this level, life feels like a constant emergency. You don't plan weeks ahead, you survive days at a time. You wake up already stressed. Bills are overdue, rent is chasing you, the fridge is nearly empty. Most people at this level don't lack effort, they lack margin. Many are born into families that have lived this way for generations. Limited education, limited job opportunities, and low-paying or unstable work become the norm. Even if you live extremely frugally, your income still isn't enough, so borrowing begins, from family, friends, payday lenders, or loan sharks charging brutal interest. And when you can't even cover monthly expenses, debt becomes a trap instead of a tool. Some people here don't understand money yet, others understand it very well, but knowledge alone can't fix income that's simply too low. In many regions, cultural beliefs also make this harder. Ideas like more children means more blessings often increase financial pressure instead of easing it. This is what economists call systemic poverty, where broken systems and limited opportunity keep people stuck even when they try their hardest. As of recent global estimates, over 700 million people live on less than $2.15 a day. If we include those who earn slightly more but still can't afford basic food, clean water, or education, the number rises to over 1 billion people. Escaping this level is brutally difficult. There is no quick hack. Sometimes the only possible step is painfully small, saving a single dollar or even less. It won't change everything, but it changes direction. Stories like Ronald Read prove this. He worked as a janitor and gas station attendant for decades, lived modestly, invested quietly, and left behind $8 million. His story doesn't mean everyone can do the same, but it proves that movement is possible, even from the bottom. Level 2. Struggle. You're no longer drowning, but you're far from safe. Most months, you can cover the basics. Rent is paid, food is on the table, utilities are on, but the margin is razor thin. One missed paycheck, one medical bill, one unexpected repair, and everything could collapse again. Debt still exists, maybe credit cards, personal loans, or family obligations. You're paying the minimums, but the balance never seems to shrink. You track spending carefully. You avoid unnecessary purchases, at least in theory. You've heard about investing, but it feels dangerous. Losing money right now would hurt too much. At this level, money occupies your thoughts constantly. Every decision carries a silent question. Can I afford this? From the outside, people might think you're doing okay, but inside, you know how fragile everything still is. Level 3. Stability. This is where life finally starts to breathe. You can pay your bills without panic. Groceries don't cause stress. Small emergencies no longer feel catastrophic. You begin saving consistently, even if it's modest. An emergency fund slowly takes shape. You might start investing with small amounts, just to learn and build confidence. Your lifestyle remains simple but humane. You can afford basic healthcare, occasional family outings, small comforts that once felt impossible. But here's the truth. Stability is not security. If you lost your job today, your savings might last a few months, not years. Once that cushion disappears, the fall back down is still possible. Level 3 feels good, but it's still temporary safety. Level 4. Security. This is where real protection begins. Security means you're stable even when things go wrong. You have substantial savings, you're insured, your living situation is stable whether you own or rent. If you lost your job, you wouldn't panic. You could support yourself for years, not weeks. At this level, financial planning becomes intentional. You invest regularly, you think long-term. You plan for retirement, for your children's future, for risks you once ignored. Your spending improves in quality, not excess. Better food, better tools, replacing things before they break without guilt. You still work, you still earn, but you are no longer financially fragile. Level 5. Independence. This is the level many dream of. Your assets now generate enough income to cover your lifestyle. You don't need to work, you choose to work. This is what the FIRE movement aims for. You may still run a business or keep a job, but walking away tomorrow wouldn't change your life. You don't live extravagantly, but you also don't worry about prices. Money becomes something you manage, not chase. At this level, your focus shifts to taxes, asset allocation, and long-term growth. You're semi-retired in practice, if not in name. Level 6. Freedom. Freedom is independence plus time control. You decide how your days look. You travel when you want, not when work allows. You pursue projects because they matter to you, not because they pay. Some wealthy people still work here, but purely by choice. Money stress disappears. You don't ask, "Can I afford this?" You ask, "Do I want this?" Some choose luxury, others choose simplicity. The key difference is choice. Level 7. Abundance. This level is rare. Here, money turns into influence. You don't own assets, you shape markets, businesses, real estate, entire industries. Private jets, multiple properties, global access all become normal. You don't follow systems, you help design them. At this point, money is no longer the goal. Legacy is. Some build publicly, others move quietly behind the scenes. Either way, they operate in a different reality. Conclusion. Your wealth level isn't defined only by income, but by how money behaves in your life. Some earn millions and lose it all. Others earn modestly and build lasting security. The real power comes from knowing where you are, what your next step is. You don't need level 7 to live well. Even moving one level can completely transform your life. And remember this, when someone tells you you can't, they're revealing their limits, not yours. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.